Hey there and welcome back. In today's video, I'll be going into the Blackstone Knightfall Abbey with no premium and calculating roughly how much combat fame, silver, combat credits, might, and favor you can receive per hour. In previous videos, we've calculated how much we make out in the open world, in Blackstone areas, and in the Avalonian roads. Now, before we jump into the video, make sure to join the Discord community where we have players from NA, EU, and Asia, and I give away 30-day premium every 2 weeks. Also, make sure to follow me on twitch.tv/DonnyGGs if you want to catch me live. Not only will I have drops available, but you can earn channel points to redeem either 7 or 30-day premium. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the build. Alright, so your weapon of choice is going to be the Blight Staff. For your first ability, you're going to go with Thorn Growth. This does damage and crowd control. You'll be able to drop up to 3 Thorn Growths onto the ground, which deals damage over time in an AoE manner. It'll slow your targets as well as stack thorn charges on them up to 5 times. Now, these thorn charges are consumed by auto attacks and will deal additional damage, so it's very important to drop the Thorn Growths onto the ground to do the initial damage from Thorn Growths and to be able to auto attack to kill the mobs quickly. Now, your second ability is going to be Bramble Seeds, which does damage and crowd control. You pretty much throw seeds along a line and knock your opponents up, dealing magical damage. This is great for interrupting enemies or interrupting mobs, so make sure to use this combination with your Thorn Growth to quickly kill mobs. Now, your E ability is Elevated Nature. So Elevated Nature, pretty much what it does an AoE heal and increases your movement speed by 15% while channeling. So you'll be able to move around with this and be able to use it to either escape or heal yourself up. And it's a big AoE heal. If you run in a group, it'll heal about 10 allies. But since you'll be by yourself, it really doesn't matter. You'll just use it to either top yourself off or use it as a movement speed as you're trying to heal if you're running away from anybody. Now, when it comes to your passive, it's going to be Energetic, which allows your auto attacks to restore your energy. This is great because it allows you to kind of continue moving through pack without having to stop and wait for your energy to come back. You'll be able to quickly restore that as you do those auto attacks and pop those thorn charges. Now, for your helmet, it's going to be the Mage Cowl. So the Mage Cowl's first ability is Fire Breath. This does damage in a cone and puts a dot that does damage over time. So this is great to kind of round up your mobs and be able to hit everybody with it, which will go ahead and allow you to AoE these mobs down quickly. When it comes to your passive, you're going to go with Aggression, which increases all of your damage and healing cast by 3.5%. Now, your chest piece is going to be Assassin Jacket. So the reason why you're going with Assassin Jacket for this is because you want to make sure that you have the opportunity to escape. So since you're going with basically a full PvE set, you're going in there to farm combat fame and silver. You're not really going in there to PvP. You want to make sure that you're able to get out and run away if somebody tries to fight you. This is going to allow you to not lose a lot of silver and not lose your set. For your passive, you're going to go with Balanced Mind. That's going to increase your damage and healing cast by 4% and increases your defense as well. So for the boots, I like going with the Minor Work Boots. Reason being, you get Flee. So Flee increases your movement speed by 120% and your max load. So if somebody is chasing you, you could pop this here. You're going to run a lot faster for them for a lot longer time. Keep in mind, it does silence you, so be aware of that you won't be able to use any other abilities. So remember, with this build, the goal is to kill mobs, farm that combat fame, as well as farm silver. It's not intended to PvP, so you're going to be going into the Knightfall Abbeys and just farming as much mob as you can. If you see somebody that are chasing you, you're going to get out of there as fast as you can. Now, for your cape, it really doesn't matter. I like going with a 4.1 Adept cape. This is going to allow me to have the max energy increase and energy restoration at a cheap price. So as you see here, I went with 4.1 with everything. This is going to be good enough because nature builds are very strong. So I went with Excellent on my end. You don't have to go with Excellent, but I chose Excellent just because I have a little bit more silver to spare. But in all, this build is 217,000 silver with the mount. If you remove your mount, it's only about 114,000 silver. So it's a very cheap build, and more than likely you'll be able to make this and more before you ever lose your set. Without further ado, let's jump into the video. Alright guys, so we got into a Knightfall Abbey tier 7, so it should be pretty good. We're going to restart the tracker here just for clarity. 0, 0, 0, everything's zeroed out, and let's see how we do. can quickly kill the mobs. I'm hoping that out of the other ones that we've tried with the roads as well as the open open world and the black zone areas, that this is going to be the best one. Now the only downside about doing Knightfall Abbeys is that they're inside the mists. So what that means is that you have to find them, and sometimes it takes a few minutes before you can find them. Each Knightfall Abbey lasts about 15 minutes. So the goal is to try to get as much as you can within that time frame before you jump to another mist and try to find a different spot. Let's try to clear as fast as we can. Proctor thing already. Put the thorns down, get the auto attacks in. We can always heal ourselves if we need it. So tier 7s give a bit more than tier 6s and tier 5s. But they're not as good as tier 8s, of course. Those auto attacks in. All right. Get everything down. So far, so good. And like I mentioned previously, this build is not PvP. This build is to kind of rat around, get as much farm and combat fame that you can before you get caught. And the goal is not to get caught, it's to run away and live for another Knightfall Abbey. It's a little later in the day, so hopefully it's a little bit past prime time right now on the North America server. I'm hoping that there's not many people on, but we'll find out. Now we're in here with no combat, no premium, I should say. So if you have premium, this is going to go a lot better for you. As you can see already, we're already averaging about 1.7 million, which is a lot more than what we were averaging to start off with at the other spots like the roads and the open world. If we can hit some... Oh, we got company. We really don't want to fight. He doesn't have that much power. He's got about 900 and something. So hopefully we'll just go to the other spot here. And if anything gets too crazy, maybe we can kill him. Who knows? But our goal is combat fame and silver. It's not good when you get silenced by those bats. Alright, we've got 5 stacks already. So as you go through this, you might come across people. Just kind of try to keep in mind where they were, who it was. That way you're aware if you're going to take on something kind of like a big pack or a boss mob. You're aware, like, you know, these people might be here. Just try to be smart about it. If we can get lucky and get a nice big chest, that'd be worth it. And I'm going to be honest with you, sometimes you can get some nice chests, So if you get one that's, you know, in the millions, you don't have to stay the entire time. You can go to your nearest exit and just bank. That's the best thing I could recommend. Okay, chest. Green. Not good. 2,000 silver. But we'll take it. And once again, I don't have premium. And I don't have premium for a reason. Not because I can't get it, but it's because I want to test these things out for everybody. Because not everybody can afford premium. Especially on NA. On NA, it's pretty crazy right now. I think it's like, what is it? 27 million silver. That's pretty wild. Let's try to go northwest. We'll go north and then west. So as of right now, just another update. We're about 1.8 million combat fame per hour, which is great. So these mobs will drop more combat fame than the ones in like the mist alone. So if you do find or come across a Knightfall Abbey, I definitely recommend going in. Take yourself a cheap build, something that you can afford to lose. Especially with all the changes that they've made now, where tier 4 has all the abilities. Like you don't have to get tier 6 items, tier 7 items, or whatever. You're going to save a lot of silver with cheaper sets. A little bit more damage than the other ones. The thorn's kind of bugged there. Alright, pop them with bramble seeds. Let's get those guys in the corner. Okay, we're up to 8 stacks. We're gonna try to get our stacks up as fast as we can. Those auto attacks out. Nine stacks. We're kind of back in the area where we ran into that other guy. Oh, there he is. That's a different guy. We want to leave. We don't want to fight. He's coming. That's okay. We just keep running. And you don't necessarily want to run out right away. You kind of want to go to the other side. That should be your main goal. Because usually they'll stop chasing you and they'll go back to doing what they were doing. It's 47 seconds on the chest. So a lot of people in this, probably in this particular area, will be up by the chest. So I might not have to worry about them right now. But as you saw, I used my assassin jacket to kind of get the mobs off me, reset them, get the player off me, and now we're back to farming. So even with that running around and having to relocate, we're still doing better when it comes to combat fame versus other areas or zones like the roads and whatnot. Heal here. Don't want to get knocked. Okay. That was closer than I hoped. So somebody got the chest. You got to be aware of those objectives. Somebody got the chest. That means somebody is definitely in that area. So we're going to take to the south, southeast. There's mobs here. We should be getting here shortly in the next few minutes the notification that the actual Knightfall Abbey is going to close. We've been in here for about 11 minutes now, 11 and a half minutes. Come on, green. We wanted blue or epic. 3,000, not a lot of silver there. But we keep going. Alright, try to AoE everything down here. Kill this as well. Alright, so there's the 5-minute warning. So usually when you get to the 5-minute warning, you want to keep going. A lot of the players, they'll jump out and go into a different mist. So you know you're just a little bit safer. And you got time because you're just here for the fame and the chests. Wrong button there. Alright, let's get those auto in. Alright, 3.5 minutes. Try to do as much as we can here. Double chest. Or double opportunity, I should say. Don't want to get stunned. Let's heal up. Maybe we get something good. Nope, just double swords. So we're up to 14 stacks as of right now. I don't think we'll come across anybody else. But you never know. Let's go this way. So many frost bombs. Let's quickly kill the bats. Quick quickly kill the other bats. Hopefully we get at least one good chest here before we go. I hope it's a rose. We got a minute and a half. Let's kill these mobs quickly. Hopefully we get something decent here. And then we'll go over how much we got here, how much we average per hour before we get kicked out. Another rose. We're at 15 stacks. Was that the max stacks? There's something else over here. It's already been taken. 1 minute. Somebody was here. They left some scraps. So it doesn't look like we're going to get much in the last minute here. Everything pretty much been taken. This should port us right back to Breslin, so we don't have to go into the mists once the time ends. So we're just going to wait it out. And then we're going to review exactly how we did. All right, so let's start talking about it. So overall, we lost a little bit there at the end because we didn't find any mobs. But when it came to the combat fame, we averaged about 1.7, 1.8 million per hour, which has been a lot more than the amount that we averaged when it came to the roads and when it came into the open world in the black zone. Keep in mind, we don't have premium, so we made an actual 508,000 combat fame there. Silver wise, it was okay. We made about 93,000 per hour. And combat fame credits, we made 127,000, which is about 434,000 per hour. We made 814 favor, or might I should say, which is 2,764 per hour. And we made a total of 214 favor, which is 725 per hour. So overall, as far as from the last three that we've made, this has been the best. Now, if you want more Albion Online content, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also follow my Twitch at twitch.tv/DonnyGGs, and I'll be going live there. We have giveaways in the Discord, so make sure to join the Discord community, and we'll have giveaways on YouTube as well as via Twitch. We give away premiums from 7 to 30 days, so make sure to follow along, and you have yourself a great rest of your day.